Hello everyone. As you see everywhere, the minimum wage in Turkey for 2025 announced. The Turkish Minister of Labor and Social Security announced that the net minimum wage is set at 22,104 Turkish lira, effective from January 1, 2025, and this represents a significant 30% increase compared to the previous year. Both workers and employers had been eagerly awaiting this announcement as the new wage directly impacts millions of lives. So in this video, I will explain the financial breakdown of the new minimum wage using the detailed table we have prepared for you. And let's take a closer look at the figures and how they affect both employees and of course the employers. So first, let's examine the 2024 minimum wage first. So the gross minimum wage for 2024 was 20,002 Turkish lira and 50 kurush. From this, deductions were made for, the Social Security Insurance SSI, 14% of the gross wage amounting to 2,800. Unemployment insurance contribution, this is 1% of the gross wage. And after these deductions, the net minimum wage the workers received in this year was 17,002 Turkish lira and 13 kurush. Now moving on to 2025, the gross minimum wage has increased to 26,005 Turkish lira and 50 kurush. Let's see how this increase impacts workers and employers. For employees, the workers' social security insurance deduction is calculated at 14% of the gross wage. With a 5-point SSI incentive, this deduction is reduced actually. But for the employers, they bear additional costs which vary depending on whether they qualify for SSI incentives. The employer's social security contribution is over the 5,000 without any incentive. It's very high actually, but reduced to 4,030 Turkish lira with a 5-point SSI incentive, providing significant savings actually. So the unemployment insurance contribution is 2.25% of the gross wage, totaling 585 Turkish lira. And total cost to employers, includes the net minimum wage, the social security contribution, and the unemployment insurance contribution. With a 5-point SSI incentive here, the total cost is 30,621 Turkish lira, and without any incentive, you can see the total cost rises to 31,900. You can see it. But when we compare the 2024 and 25, let's now highlight the differences between the 2 years here. And the gross minimum wage has increased by, the gross one, increased by 6,000, the 30% here. And the net wage has risen by 5,102 Turkish lira and 55 kurush, reflecting the same percentage increase. So the employer's cost has also risen proportionally depending on the incentives applied. For employers who qualify for the maximum 5-point SSI incentive, the additional cost per employee is approximately 7,000 Turkish lira annually. So the premium rates, you can see here premiums for 2025 remain consistent at 37.75% of the gross wage. This is divided, like workers contribute to 15% and employers contribute 22.75%, and additional incentives reduce the employer's share, with net premiums ranging between 16.75 and 20.75% depending on the applied points actually. So the employers who qualify for the 5-point SSI incentive save 1,300 Turkish lira per employee annually compared to those without incentives. That's important. So this concludes the detailed breakdown of the 2025 minimum wage structure. If you have further questions or need personalized assistance in understanding these calculations, feel free to reach out. Thank you for watching, and I hope this explanation has been helpful.